Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back. So, new information has just came to our attention, and that is something that was posted on Trump's Truth Social. He was letting it be known that the Epstein Files will all be open to the public. Okay. As of November 19, 2025, President Donald Trump has signed the Epstein Files Transparency Act into law. This bipartisan legislation passed overwhelmingly by the House on November 18th and the Senate by unanimous consent on November 19th, directs the DOJ to release all unclassified Epstein-related files within 30 days. Y'all wanted it. You got it. The Epstein files are going to be all released within 30 days. So that means before December 19th, all Epstein files are going to be released. That's wild. I'm not even going to hold you. That's what. These Epstein files have been being talked about for I don't know how long. Now you're about to get them.
It's not even Thanksgiving yet, and Trump's already giving out Christmas presents. Democrats begged Santa for the Epstein files, and now he's dropping them down the chimney. But it turns out for the Democrats, they're not a gift. They're a grenade. And Schumer just pulled the pin. Now they're scrambling for a backup plan, laying the groundwork for the next hoax.
We got to make sure we get all of the Epstein files, all. They can't around with this. And we are going to be pursuing them relentlessly to get everything. Because I don't trust this administration. I don't trust Bondi. I don't trust Kash Patel. I don't trust the president. And they could screw around with this.
Chuck doesn't trust Trump, but he sure liked Epstein. The creep donated thousands to Chuck in the 90s. Epstein was a Democrat, down to his bones. Huge donor. The DNC is still stashing donations he sent before he killed himself. But Schumer thinks that Trump's going to bleach the emails like crooked. Whistleblowers say the big guy's the one with the shredder.
You were made aware of a whistleblower that under the former deputy director of the FBI, so under Biden's FBI, there was destruction of evidence specifically pertaining to Jeffrey Epstein and potential evidence tampering.
Democrats thought they were launching a rocket at Trump, but they misfired and hit their own camp. And now they're on defense. Hakeem's team got caught asking Epstein to go on a dinner date. They sold him as Brooklyn's Barack. Now he's saying, I did not have relations with that pedophile, Jeffrey Epstein.
I have no recollection of the email. I've never had a conversation with him, never met him, know nothing about him other than the extreme things that he's been convicted of doing.
Another House Democrat, Stacey Plaskett, was getting fed questions by Epstein during a congressional hearing. Hakeem doesn't know her either.
Do you think it was appropriate for her to be texting with Jeffrey Epstein 11 years after he pleaded guilty?
I mean, I have not had a conversation with Stacey Plaskett to discuss this issue.
Now Hakeem says they talked, but he's keeping that convo a dirty little secret. Makes sense. Plaskett's fighting for her life, and he doesn't want to go down with her.
I got a text from Jeffrey Epstein, who at the time was my constituent. You want to talk about texting felons? How often do you text President Donald J. Trump? That's the individual we should be concerned about.
Epstein. Not the girl behind you saying, clock it. Like she just cooked or something.
Who at the time was my constituent. You want to talk about texting felons? How often do you text President Donald J. Trump? That's the individual we should be concerned about.
Epstein wasn't just her constituent. She helped him get $300 million in tax breaks. Epstein's lawyer paid her. Epstein's money helped her win her House seat, and she went to dinner at her townhouse. She went on CNN to defend herself, but ended up making it worse.
I believe that Jeffrey Epstein had information, and I was going to get information to get at the truth. If individuals are not involved in illegal activity, extending his criminal enterprise or his financial enterprise or all of those things, I think that we need to look at what people are doing moving forward.
Wait, let me just better understand that. What is that point? Because at the time he was a known sex offender and it had been detailed all the sexual abuse.
There are a lot of people who have done a lot of crimes, and as a prosecutor, you get information from people where you can.
If Epstein had information to take down Trump, he wouldn't have handed it to Stacey. He would have given it to the Clinton and Obama boys and dropped a nuke on the Don. But he didn't, because he didn't have it. And isn't it poetic that the Epstein mess is sinking a Democrat from the Virgin Islands? Stacey sounds like she's munching on Kamala's word salad. Speak of the devil.
Release the files. Release the files. He is the president of the United States.
Why didn't Kamala and Biden release the files?
Do you look back at the DOJ, during the Biden-Harris administration and think, man, I wish that we should have done more on this or that?
I do believe that we have to fight fire with fire, but maintaining all the while our principles and what we know to be ethically correct. A president of the United States should not be interfering with that other branch. And in particular, as we have seen, and the evidence is front and center, that, again, we predicted it, that he was going to weaponize the Department of Justice against his political enemies.
I don't even know what she said just there, but Kamala didn't release them because all her friends are in them. Crockett's fighting fire with fire, but she burned off her eyelashes.
Folks who also took money from somebody named Jeffrey Epstein, as I had my team dig in very quickly: Mitt Romney, the NRCC, Lee Zeldin, George Bush, Win Red, McCain Palin.
Crockett didn't do her own research. Lee Zeldin said the Jeffrey Epstein that donated to him is a doctor, and he donated in 2020, a year after Epstein died. But imagine your name was Jeffrey Epstein. That would stink. It's not just Congress getting Epsteined. Harvard's being hit hard. Clinton and Obama loyalist Larry Summers is now under investigation by the university after he asked the sex trafficker for dating advice. But he's still in the classroom with students.
Some of you will have seen my statement of regret, expressing my shame with respect to what I did in communication with Mr. Epstein, and that I've said that I'm going to step back from public activities for a time, but I think it's very important to fulfill my teaching obligations.
Larry, try to keep your hands to yourself. Democrats thought they would destroy Trump with the Epstein Files. Instead, they showed the world a pedophile was funding their party.
My goodness. Jeffrey Epstein leaves such a bad taste in the public's mouth that even texting him after he was guilty, people are ashamed of it. And you should be. If you know a man is messing with children, okay, there should be a separation there. 100%. 100%. That's pretty wild, guys. They wanted the Epstein Files. They got the Epstein Files. And a lot of individuals who wanted them and were asking for them to come out were in them. You can't make this type of stuff up. You can't make this type of stuff up. We know Clinton was in them. There's pictures of Clinton at the pool. Just Jeffrey Epstein's pool at that disclosed location on the island. Okay, there's pictures of him at the pool. There's pictures of the prince, Andrew, I believe his name is Prince Andrew, with Jeffrey and children. Why aren't they arrested? They got Ghislaine. What's going on with Prince Andrew? Why ain't he in cuffs? Why ain't Bill Clinton in cuffs? Why ain't Hillary in cuffs? It's like these people think that they're above the law. They think they're above the law. They can do whatever they want to do. I don't know. I think a lot is in front of us that is going to be exposed. Listen to me. A lot has already come out in 2025 alone. Okay? Donald Trump has only been president for not even a year yet. Not even a year yet. so much has already happened. I don't even know what's going to happen in this next 3 years. I can't even, like, I'm just like, as 2025 is coming to an end, ladies and gentlemen, I'm wondering what 2026 has in store. It's going to get wild. It's going to get bumpy. All I can say is fasten your seatbelts, ladies and gentlemen. Fasten your seatbelts. It's going to be a bumpy ride. But I pray everybody's good. Lean on the Lord. Stay in a good place with God. Ask the Lord to light your footsteps. Amen. God bless. Shalom.